What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. You got myself, Tommy. You got Akeem here today for the first time in a while. We got Abib. We're still mourning Maresca's exit from Chelsea. And we got Saeed, who's here to back Amorim all the way. Don't worry, I'm here with you. What's happening, boys?
Yeah, nothing much, man. Just
nothing
get
much.
on with it.
What a week for you? What do you mean nothing much?
It's just well, this season, these weekends are becoming more regular. So I'm taking it.
Do you know what? I feel like
it's all right. It's all right for some, man.
We're probably not going to start off Arsenal, but I just want to say a quick story. Like, it feels like nothing can go wrong with Arsenal this season. I remember when you guys played Bournemouth, so Gabriel scored an own goal, and I texted my brother, who's an Arsenal fan. I said, they're centre back in the league, yeah. And then he goes and scores a few minutes later. He was like, no, they're centre back in the world. And I was like, you know what? I can't say anything to him. I've got no bullets left in the chamber. You can't. Just when you think you got something, they just go smack you in the face with it.
No, fair dues to them, man. But we'll get into that. But first, people, if you can please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, turn on your notifications to know whenever we upload, and comment, man. Let us get your thoughts. We've got a few things we want to discuss today. We want to discuss Amorim's statement at the press conference today after the Leeds game. I know me and Abib did a video about Maresca earlier on in the week, but we'll touch on it because Akeem hasn't been here for a while. I know he's probably has a lot to say. And we'll get Saeed's thoughts on that as well. And then we touch on this weekend's games as well. We won't go too much in the games itself because the game speaks for itself. I think we'll just like a lot of the conversation will be heavy on like the two situation with Manchester United and Chelsea. I know me and Abib, we really don't want to talk or Saeed, but
you got to talk, man.
Isn't it?
You got to talk about it. It's therapy. Look at it as therapy.
Yeah, no, exactly. It is therapy, man. So that's the way we got to take a look at it. Look, let's just go straight into it because the best place to start will probably be Amorim situation, and the key question is that is he like on his way out? Because 2 to 3 weeks ago, if you can recall, Abib, we discussed what Maresca said in the press conference, and it was a bit baffling because it came out of nowhere. And this is slightly reminiscent to that because I just wasn't sure what it asked him and why he answered it in such a way. And he was like, just to clear up something, was like, this obviously must have been playing in his mind, and because he repeated it like 3 times towards the end of the press conference, and the last time he repeated it, then he walked out. So
the question the interviewer asked was like, "Are you?" I'm somewhat paraphrasing, but he was like, "Are you still getting the same assurances that you had when you started?" And that's what I guess triggered him.
Yeah, but then he said something along the lines of, he started off with, if you're talking about Friday or what happened the other day or something like that, let me clear that up. So I don't know what he was referring to be honest with you, when he started off like that, answering the question. So it was just, I was perplexed more than anything. And normally when he goes into his press conference, you get a bit of smile from him, you get a bit of like gesture every now and there from him. He will smile it off, but he had like a stern face.
You know what? Even the reporter said the same thing in the press conference. He said something. He made a comment about it.
Yeah, like he just had like a stern face. He looks like pissed off. He just like, excuse my language, but yeah, he looked as if like it is bothering him, and it's almost as if he just had like, when you had an heated conversation with someone and then you have to go and speak to someone straight after. So I'm not too sure whether he's spoken to like Jason Wilcox before the game, I mean straight after the game, or whether it's something that's been burning him or before the game. So it's just, I was more perplexed more than anything, and it's just baffling. And his summary of it always, look, I came into Manchester United to be the manager, not the coach. I've got 18 months left. After the 18 months, if they want, he's not saying if they want to get rid of me or if they want to get someone else. He's just saying someone else will come in. Someone else will come in. Yeah, someone else will come in. He's not even like saying it as if like there's an option. He's just pretty much saying it as if it's like a certainty that he's not. He's not going to stay on, or he's made up his own mind that even if they want me to stay on, I won't stay on. And if that is the case, then obviously he's gonna like if I was the board, I would start with getting ready to get him out now rather than waiting. Because why? If someone's doesn't show any interest or you don't think that he's gonna want to stay, then I'd rather get someone in it now. So honestly, it's baffling. And he's had a lot of press conferences that I've tried to back him up. Not to me, I'm still not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. He just needs to learn how to handle these situations better. And he just is a man that wears his heart in his sleeve, and he just got to say what he's got to say. And he's not. And today, he just didn't. I don't think he gave a damn today. He just wanted to say anything. And yeah, look. So the question I was going to ask you guys really is: do you think he's on his way out? Because it is reminiscent of the Maresca situation, and the report straight after the press conference is that Jason Wilcox has asked him to be a lot more adaptable with the players that he's got, and I think his response is that you said you was going to back me in January, but there's been no action so far. So what is the situation? What's happening? But so yeah, it's like, bruh. I don't know. I don't think we need this because it's not as if that like the league is very, very tight. We're the same level on points with Chelsea. I was hoping Man City beats you so we can stay fifth, but we'll talk about that. Level on points with Chelsea, still we're 3 points behind Liverpool in fourth place. And to be honest with you, the league is so tight and I think we was talking about this last week, Saeed, and when you were talking about Eddie Howe, about how close the league is, there's only 4 points difference from 5th place to 14th. That's how tight that is.
How many
points, you can lose it, you can be in 4 points. You can lose, and I think that you can lose a game. You can lose one game. Whether it's 5th or 6th can lose a game. I can ended up being like 13th or something.
You lose 2 games in a row and your
that's how bad the league is. Like that's how tight the league is right now. Yeah. So yeah. Look, it's one that's worrying. Saeed is dropped out, but let me get your first thought, Abib, because you watched the press conference. What did you think of it?
Yeah.
I don't like the smile. Why are you smiling? We're in this together.
It's like, let's say you have a girlfriend, right? And you just gone through like a mad argument earlier on in the week, and then you walk out and you see somebody else having a mad argument with their girlfriend, and you're like, do you know what? At least it's not me this time. It's just nice to see somebody else in the thick of things. You know what I mean? So it's just. So I'm not the only one of these problems now. Do you know what I mean? But yes, it's crazy to be honest. And the thing is, at least when Maresca did it, I feel like he's a little bit more cute with the media. Obviously, he said that one comment, but it was just like a little short comment, and then he was able to dance around it. Whereas, like you said, Amorim, he wears his heart on his sleeve, so you can tell when something's not up. So I don't know what he's asked for or what he's being promised, but in my opinion, it may sound a bit harsh. Obviously, I'm not a United fan, but I feel like he's acting a little bit like a bit of a brat, to be honest, because he's saying he's the manager, he's not the coach, to get more control. But from my opinion, I personally think you should earn your control, earn that power. And this is the difference I have with the Chelsea situation. When Maresca came, I don't want to talk about Chelsea too much because it's Man United, but when Maresca came in, everybody knew he was just the head coach. He was a puppet, but he had so much success. I feel like he earned the right to have more control. If Amorim has been the manager for, let's say, the past 12 months, and to put it lightly, he's not done the best, he's not done the most amazing job in the world. If you're a sporting director, you're probably thinking, he's not done the most amazing job in the world, to put it nicely. Why would I want to give him more control? Like, why would I, if you have a failing business and you're the owner, why would you want to pull more money to someone who's running a failing business? You're probably thinking, maybe I should step in a little bit more. And that's how I think it contradicts the Chelsea situation, where Maresca was doing well, so why would you interrupt him? Whereas Amorim's not doing so well. But it looks like now the two powers are clashing, and it kind of does sound like the beginning of the end, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on if you're an Amorim fan or not. But yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what you guys actually think he meant by that as well, though, because I'm still actually a bit perplexed, if I'm honest. But like you said, it does sound like there's a bit of a clash between the two.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Si?
Do you know, when I was listening to the press conference, the first time he said the whole, about like, as in, he talked about not being like, or parting ways after 18 months. He said it about 3 times. The first time he said it, I just thought it was like a language barrier kind of thing, isn't it? Where what he's saying is, oh, like, as I'm here, I've got a contract. By the third time he said it, I thought he was trying to make a point, more or less.
Yeah.
So like, as in, yeah, I'm a bit torn because I like him as a manager, but also like, as in, he hasn't delivered as a manager, as a Man United manager, let's say, a year in. But you could see things happening where if he does get the right players, he can give a bit of hope in it. If he's making a noise to make sure the players come in, it sounds like he's been banging on the door for players coming in Jan and whatnot. And like, for him to do that as well, you must have been promised that in Jan, like, as in, you can't have a plan at the beginning of the season to say you're not going to make any significant signings in Jan and start making up all this noise, especially when you're not in Europe. So it sounds like, as in, or from my point of view, maybe he's been told that we're going to get some January signings and nothing's come through yet. We are still at the beginning of January as well, so it might just be him trying to make the noise to make sure we do get signings. I'm hearing that we're sounding out deals now for the summer or whatever, but he's probably thinking, let's try and get some over the line. I'm going to try and be optimistic with it and say it's not the beginning of the end, but within like 2-3 months, like, as in, he is out the door, I won't be surprised. What you said is very true in the sense of, if they are thinking about parting ways in 18 months, then we shouldn't waste the time basically keeping there if there's no succession plan, if you get what I'm saying. If they are going with him long term, then keep him long term. If they're not going to go with him long term, if 18 months is going to be end of his tenure, then start thinking about who's out there now. If not by before the end of the season, by the end of the season, before beginning next season, we should have someone in, if that's the plan, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, if you're shopping around, I'll go and say.
No, the other thing I was going to say is right, like, we don't need to know, like, we're trying to just keep our head down and get results and do the business, and all this noise, like, as in, they've silenced some of the noise already by saying he's going to be there for X amount of years, whatever. This is just going to be unnecessary, because in every press conference that we don't win a game going forward, there are going to be references to this going forward, isn't it? So, of course, and that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, well, if you're shopping
the
around,
only thing it can do, though, which Maresca didn't do, is obviously going to have a second press conference before the next game. I'm not sure if it will or not, but there'll be another press conference where it will be asked. So it will get the opportunity to clarify it. Whereas with Maresca, he doubled down on what he said. So if Amorim comes back out again, double downs on what he's saying, then it is. I do think that it's going to be, they're going to start looking elsewhere. And I think you summed it up pretty well, saying that I'm quite torn with this situation, because I actually do like Amorim. I like, in terms of what he stands for and how he approaches things as a manager. Tactically, he hasn't been at his best for United, and the reality is the result just hasn't been good enough. But it is a difficult job. it's a difficult, and I honestly do feel like in order for someone to be successful at Man United, a manager to be successful at United, you're going to need a lot of time. You're going to go through a lot of bad periods in order to be able to turn it around. But he just haven't really shown much to get people excited or people optimistic for the future. So I do get where a lot of the fan base come from, but I'm torn because I would want him to stay at least until the end of the season. And at the end of the season, I wouldn't want him to stay at the end of the season just so that we can go with him for the third season. I only want him to see it through the season so they can then evaluate his performance again and decide whether he is the man, because they would have had more than enough sample size to evaluate his performance to decide whether we should go ahead with him or not, rather than doing it right now. Because if you bring someone in, obviously, unless if you have to bring someone in right now because obviously there's a relationship breaking down, then obviously go ahead. But I wouldn't want to do that now. We're in a good position to make potential Champions League football. So just try and give him the resources to do it, and then we can decide what's going to happen at the end of the season. But I know the next few years was going to say, Habib, it's a shopping around. If you give me Maresca right now, I'm taking Maresca right now. That's what I'm just going to finish up with.
I wasn't going to say Maresca. Did you not see that tactical masterclass from Callum McFarlane? No wonder Amorim's accent all hot. No wonder he's getting all hot and bothered.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Remember the name. Just today.
No.
Points for the
money. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. What Akeem, what you thinking? What are you thinking about it all?
This one's a tough one because I actually do think Amorim, I think he's a good coach. I think, like, I knew about him at Sporting, and remember, he knocked us out of the Europa League. So I knew about him. And I believe if you do give him what he has asked for, I do believe he will deliver, but deliver what? Will he deliver Man United back to what they're known as, what they were once known as? That's the question. Winning leagues and Champions Leagues and doubles, things like that. I'm not sure anymore. He's done a lot of things that's turned my head to thinking that maybe he at the end of the season it's best to part ways. Last season, at the end of last season, I personally, if I was one of the directors of Manchester United, I would have got rid of him. Look, I like a manager when he's stubborn, but when you're stubborn to a point where, like, it's looking insane, looking mad, like I'm gonna question you. Like this, like you're doing the same thing, and it's clearly not working. But like, cool, I understand you could be stubborn, you have your principles, but there's certain tweaks you can do, and I just want to see him do these tweaks, doing these changes. So for me personally, that made me question him. That put a big question on him. But this season, he's doing well with the little resources he's got at his disposal. You've got a couple decent players, but that's it, just a couple decent players. The rest of your players, you need an upgrade on, and he's not working with the tools. So what I would do, I would give him to the end of the season, see if Man United get Europa League, they get the Holy Grail of Champions League, because that's right now at this moment in time, it is possible. Then it's just assess it from there, like, and then yeah, if you can, Man United can attract a better manager, a more glamorous, a more big name, a more reliable manager, then assess it at the end of the season. That's what I would suggest.
I don't care about like glamorous managers. I just want a manager that can do the job. I don't need a manager to have a bit of like, I really don't care about.
You need Stardust. Come on.
No, forget the Stardust, bro. Forget the Stardust. We're not the Galacticos, man.
No. Can I just say,
what was you gonna say, Si?
Yeah, I'd love to see, like, as in the ideal world, I'd love to see what Amorim does when he, like, if he does get Europe next season, like, in terms of development. Because last season, I don't think, like, there was quite a few performances that I didn't mind in terms of Europe, with the players he had, if you get what I'm saying. So I'd like to see him have another run in Europe. Whether we get them, that was a different story. And then, yeah, but as in, I say a lot like Amorim. Honestly, I was saying this to one of my friends the other day. I wish, yeah, he could just go on a secondment somewhere in the Premier League, because for me, he don't have enough tactical now to the Premier League right now. Some of these games against like Leeds, against Wolves, against Brentford, you need to know the league to be able to win those kind of games, if you get what I'm saying, innit? But I love his personality, I love what he's kind of doing in the club. So I wish, honestly, and I wish it with Ollie as well, that like, he can just go and get some learning experience, come back 2 years later, 3 years later, and I think he'll be like a top manager in the league. And the last thing I was going to say is, the situation really does need to be sorted out by the end of the season, because like the talk is we're going to get 1 or 2 centre mids, right? So I feel like the centre mids that we're going to get can work in his system, or that we've been linked with so far, can work in his system, but also can work in like a usual 4-3-3. So the midfields aren't the problem, but we do need to upgrade at the wing backs department, in it. And if you're going to spend money on wing backs, you have to be sure on Amorim more than just 12 months, to get what I'm saying, innit? So before we start spending money on specialist positions, we need to make sure we or the board know what they're doing. If we spend money on wing and we get rid of him in 12 months after that, then I'll be pissed about this whole situation, because that's more backward steps from a club. So, yeah,
that's a very good point. Like, you shouldn't just like at the end of the season say you get Europa League, and now the board say, okay, cool, we're gonna. At this moment in time, what he said in his press conference, he's talking about he's not staying here after his contract. So they really need to sit down and figure it out. Is your long-term future here after, like, or will you want to be here for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years or not? Because if that's not the case, there are tons of managers that would want to be, that would love the opportunity to manage Man United for that period of time. So yeah, there's serious questions need to be asked.
I was going to say that's actually a really interesting point, because maybe the fact that they're not giving him what he wants in January is a sign that they don't believe in him long term, and maybe he's got that vibe, which is why he's doubling down on the 18 months thing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they're saying, we're not going to give you your specialist players because we're not even sure you're going to be here that long. And maybe he's thinking, oh, they're doubting me. Maybe I'm not going to be here for that long. And he's saying that stuff, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think the first question you asked, Abib, was what does it mean by? I think what it means by it is clear. By what it says, what it basically means is that I am the manager of Man United, so I want a bit more control than just coaching players. And what that involves is I want some sort of involvement with the transfer, players that you're bringing in, and I want to, obviously, if you don't get my green light, then a player shouldn't come, basically. So I think that's probably what he means. What he needs to do now is go away and decide what his next move is, or they need to have some sort of discussion with him and the board, because he's going to be asked to clarify a lot of the things that he said, and he needs to. So the second one, I don't think the damage is done yet. It can still be fixed. But if he comes back like Maresca and doubles down on it, then we need to start looking for a new manager, and there's no point wasting time with him if that is the case. If he's sure that he's not going to be here, and as you guys alluded to, if they're not willing to invest in him or invest in his ideas, and if they don't think that he's the man for us long term, then they need to start making a move. There's no point trying to keep him until the end of the season if you don't think that he's the man for us. Let's just start just having conversations now, because they are good managers that are going to be available. Glasner is going to be available. He's running down his last 5-6 months at Palace. Maresca is going to be available. Maresca might not be available forever, determined on what's happening at Man City. And and I'm sure he wouldn't miss out on a great opportunity to be Manchester United manager just so that he can wait a year or so for Pep to leave. So there are opportunities out there, and it's just a discussion that there's just gonna have. And like in terms of like the specialist players, I really don't think that. I just think getting proper midfielders, man. Getting proper midfielders. Don't get him wing backs. Like just getting proper midfielders. If you're getting proper midfielders, I think you can do better with like proper midfield. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. That will solve a lot of the problems. Forget the wing back position for now. And I think Said is right. Like no point getting specialists in that as wing backs and the next manager might not need wing backs. More than likely, not many managers play that formations anyway. Majority don't play 5 at the back or 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. So just getting midfielders. I agree with that. I honestly think midfielders do fix a lot of the problems that we're having. I just think there's a disconnect between the middle of the park and the defenders. That's what it is. Once we get capable midfielders in, we'll get better performance. And I'm not of the notion that I haven't seen improvement. I've seen improvement, but it hasn't been significant improvement, but I have seen improvement. And obviously the issue with it as well is the improvements hasn't been consistent. And I think that's where the problem lies as well. The improvements haven't, you play well one game, they go back to your old ways, then you play well again for the next couple of games. It just got to be consistent. And I think that's where he's struggling with. And he's struggling to get that across to the player's head. And what makes it matters worse is he looks back and his bench, there's not much competitive. I don't think he feels like he has a competitive team to pick from, because when he looks back a lot of the time, I don't think he really want to bring those players on. When he looks back at his bench, I think he's disgusted by it. I don't think he really wants to bring them on. Yeah, I really don't think so. I really don't think he wants to bring Zirkzee on. I really don't think he wants to bring Maino on. Like I don't think Maino's not a bad player, but I just don't think Maino suits how he wants to play. Yeah, I really don't think he looks back at his bench and think, oh, I can bring this guy on. I don't think he feels like he has more option in his mind, basically. So boy, we'll see, man. We'll see. In regards to today's game against Leeds, so are you happy with the draw?
Happy? Like, I don't think, like, as a United fan, I don't think I can ever be happy with the draw. But as I did kind of allude to, this is the kind of game that we would normally slip up in. So, not happy with the draw, like especially because we've got hard games coming up, and we just need points on the board because, basically need points on the board. When they score and the goal they score, like obviously people like ever makes a mistake or a misplaced pass as well. But apart from that, like they did have like little spells in the game. We had spells in the game as well, to be fair. But it's these kind of games that we don't like dominate. We just have spells in. If you get what I'm saying, like a 10-minute spell here, 10-minute spell there. And what you were saying, like, is in terms of not seeing significant improvement. I feel like we have seen improvement in the bigger games. Like only Man City, I think, and Arsenal beat us, but only Man City performance I didn't really like. But in terms of all the other performances in the bigger games, let's say, or people on top of us, I didn't mind. But it's the smaller games like today's games where we have seen issues. So that's where I think the significant steps haven't been taken. So yeah, with the way the season's gone, I wasn't surprised at the draw. When we did get the goal, because we as soon as we went down, we started getting onto them, and like it did seem like the goal was coming. But after we scored, I didn't see that same kind of intensity after we scored to say like we're gonna get our shots off, gonna get into positions. We didn't. Sesko did have a chance to be fair, but there weren't that same intensity, and I feel that that's what we need now, because in we got the goal, go and get the second, go and get the third kind of thing, and we don't have that right now. But yeah, like as in the game kind of went the way I thought it was. The only thing I would say, Leeds didn't won as much as they would have. They didn't won us over. But yeah, I think the game went as much as we would have thought, given that they were the on-form team and we're kind of not. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought we done well to just take the sting out of the game, because playing away from home it's never going to be easy. They done well to keep a bit of possession every now and then. And in terms of like the goal that they scored is slightly. I think when we was together on Friday, I was saying that is they're just gonna outwork us, and then that's the type of goal that I end up scoring. When if you're dilly-dallying around thinking you got enough time to get to the ball, that teams like that just don't stop running. They honestly don't stop running, and I think that's where Evans it was at fault for that, because he could have got to that ball before Aronson, where he was dilly-dallying around. Look, credit to them, they got back into the game. We do have moments, and I know you saying that he could have gone. I just don't think we really had the quality to go and get 2 to 3 or whatever afterwards. We didn't. We did create. We had moments. They had moments as well. We all both had moments, but it didn't really look like the quality was there. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, if you're playing Casemiro and Ugarte in the middle of the park, you're gonna lack creativity. There's no one there to really. I think you're gonna miss Mount. You're gonna miss Bruno. You're gonna miss Maino. If those are the two that you're playing in the park, because what it's gonna end up resorting to is that Cunha is gonna have to come deep to be a ball carrier and carrying the ball high up. Try and create a bit of space. You're not really gonna get someone that's gonna take control of the game in the middle. Although them guys did well with the passes to take the sting out of the games, but they weren't like through balls like passes that is going to cut Leeds apart. Do you know what I mean? There were just passes just to stay control of the game and passes just to keep the quiet and the crowd quiet. That's all it is. But I'll be honest with you, if someone gave me a draw before the game, I would have taken a draw. I know we're United, we should be doing better, but given where we are now, I think I'll take that draw and just move on into the next game. I think as long as we beat Burnley, but that's another stress, really. I don't want to talk about that, but you never know what team's going to show up when it comes to United. The good thing is, I think it did say Mason and Bruno might play some minutes in those games. So
we just need Bruno to come back and play before we face that. We got Arsenal and Man City soon, innit? So we just need at least Mason, to have minutes.
Yeah, so he said they're going to be back for the next game. He said that they might not be able to play the full game, but they'll play minutes for the next game. So, pretty cool. All right. Oh, enough of United for now. I believe you did use an analogy saying that it's like arguing with your girlfriend. You walk out of the house and you find another man arguing with his girlfriend. So I've been arguing with my mixes. Let's find out what your argument is all about. Let's find out what your argument is all about.
Well, to be honest, I thought
Maresca's obviously out the window now. Yeah, go on. So what are you gonna say?
No, so I'll let you lead into it. I want to see what question you ask. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Now look, Maresca's out. The funny thing is, the irony of this is, the last time you and Akeem was on this course together was probably when you guys started to go downhill.
Why
the irony of it all.
I'm not letting him speak, should I?
That's the irony of it all. It all started to go downhill. A week after that, Maresca made those comments. I think we've already gone into details. If anyone haven't seen it yet, you can go and watch our video midweek in regards to like the departure of Maresca. So we won't go deep into that. Let's just more go into the next step for Chelsea now. I think Liam Rosina is looking like his favourite. And obviously having had a few days now to reflect on our discussion, how are you feeling now and how are you feeling with Rosina potentially taking over?
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy though. If you would have looked up to the Arsenal result when it was 1-1, I would have told me that in 2 months, your manager's going to be sacked. I would have said, what are you smoking? But it is what it is. But, I feel like if you haven't seen that episode, you should go watch it. But I think that episode was therapy for me personally, because I feel like I'm ready to move on. Well, I thought I was, but then I watched the first half, and then I just see us basically just sitting back, basically parking the bus against Man City, and I'm thinking, damn, I miss Maresca again, because I feel like one thing about us in these big games is we actually do go toe to toe. We're not just going to let a team just have the ball and bully us. But when we got the ball against Man City, we just didn't look like we knew what we were doing and build up. We had no ideas. And we were basically just giving the ball back to them. Like we had the ball and we were just giving back to them. At least that was how the first half went. And it just kind of just felt inevitable. When the Reinders goal went in, good goal. I think Jorgensen probably could have saved it, but still a good goal. I was just like, do you know what? This was coming. We're just sitting back, just soaking pressure with no outlet. But credit to Callum McFarlane. I'm telling you guys, you need to act soon because I think his stop. If you don't hurry. No, but in all seriousness, credit to him because his changes in the second half worked, and it was definitely a much more even game. And I think in the end of the day, the stats say that we had more XG than Man City. So whatever he said, whatever tactical tweaks, yeah, I was surprised as well, but apparently that's what Sky Sports said. So whatever tactical tweaks he had, whatever he said, it must have really worked. And I think the key thing with that, the biggest takeaway that I got is, yes, of course, the players are sad that Maresca left. Even in the post-match press conference, Enzo Fernandez, he actually took part. I think that's like the first time I've seen him do one. And then they were asking him, how do you feel about the manager? And he was like, yeah, obviously it's sad, but we move on. Like life goes on. It's like life. Things happen. You keep going. And if you see the way he even celebrated his goal, I mean, first of all, I don't know why he's acting like he won the World Cup and he celebrated, but that aside, I was happy. I'm thinking, like, you're drawing 1-1 for starters. Right?
How are you getting on to celebrating, man? Come on.
Nah, come on, man. I'm usually not celebration police, but how are you going to celebrate like that? Even his goal, you know, that ball, it came off the post. He nearly missed it as well. So, I had the commenter, I think it was Daniel Sturridge said he was probably celebrating like that because he was relieved that the ball went in. Sorry, but yeah, so what I wanted to say is that it shows that at least the players are still strongly together. They're still united. They're not throwing their toys at the pram. They're not downing tools. They're a strong group and they're ready to go on. So hopefully when it's basically going to be Rafinha, right? The thing I was most worried about is are the players going to be out of it? Are they not going to care as much? But it looks like they're together. So hopefully it won't be too hard for Rafinha to get these guys together and just go forward. Like what's done is done. Obviously Maresca is a great manager. He's gone now, but you just have to keep going. Like Enzo said, you got to keep going now. And it looks like the players are willing to do that as well.
Yeah. I think for him, Rafinha is because the table is so tight, it can either go really good or it can go bad. Because all your asks will really be for him to make Champions League. But because, as I said, there's only like at the moment with everyone beating each other, it can go bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he can lose a couple of games and then all of a sudden he's finding himself in the bottom half of the table. Although the points difference might not be much, but psychologically, it's going to play his part in like the player's head, like we're bottom half of the table. Because that's how tight the league is. And that's what kind of thing that happened to us last season. And then all of a sudden the points started, like the gap started building. But you just have to wait and see how he gets on. But I said, I don't know much of him as a manager, but as a pundit, it does seem to know what he's talking about when every time I've seen him as a pundit. But talking on TV, imagine a team of two separate things.
He is top of the league in the Conference League. And the last manager, he was top of the league in the Conference League last season, ended up winning us the Club World Cup. So if that's something to take, you can take that. Yeah, Strasbourg are top of the Conference League right now.
Yeah.
So what's his record for Strasbourg?
In the Conference League or in
not just in the Conference League in general, like in the French League. Was the French League in it?
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah, French League.
So last season they were 7th, but I think they were only like 5 or 6 points off the top 4. And then this season they actually started off really, really well. Right now they're 7th though because they've gone like 4 or 5 games without a win, so they've hit a rough patch. So, but he's not done too bad. Not like insanely good, but he's done all right. To be fair, he's done all right.
if I was Chelsea, I'll be annoyed. But that record, hearing that he's got a little bit of experience, I would. A little part of me will be intrigued to see what he comes and does with better players and a better what's the training ground and facilities. So yeah, it's intriguing. It's interesting.
Yeah. But my only worry with all that Chelsea situation is that with Maresca voicing his opinion and him, like the breakdown relationship, all it really showing is that they just want to pop it as a coach, someone that's really just gonna follow suit with whatever they're saying. And is that the type of person that is really gonna take you to the next step? Because it doesn't really show. I don't think it's really showing your ambition. All you guys are really wanting to do now. Part of the issue with Maresca is, you have to play certain players so they don't lose their value. Do you really care about winning titles, or do you just really want to be a selling club and be in a club that has a good eye for talent, developing them and selling them on for good money? Do you want to be an Ajax, really? So I don't think, obviously, even if he comes and displays himself as a good manager, a tactician, wherever it is, he's gonna have limited control. And that's the issue. So it's just it's not so much about bringing someone in. It's just, and what also shows, especially with other talented managers, proven managers out there, for you to specifically go for Liam Rosina also shows that you don't really want someone that's going to talk out of place. You just want someone that's going to shut up and do their job. And so I'm not a Chelsea fan, but as a Chelsea fan, I'll be worried about that. But the infrastructure is in place. You got great players. You got a lot of things going for Chelsea. But what is the ambition? Is it just for us to develop players and then sell them on, make good money from them? Or are we actually actively going to try and buy? Because your ethos at the moment is we're only buying players, like young players that can't be older than 23, 24, whatever it is, develop them and sell them on. But what if you need Maresca's the issue is you need an experienced player to just come in right now so you can compete for the title. And that's what you didn't give him. So someone like Rosina, would he just come in as well and develop himself as a manager and decide, you know what, I want to go somewhere bigger because I've proven that I'm a good manager and you guys don't want to win the league? Or is he just going to sit there and be like a Brighton manager? Because if you think about it, a lot of the Brighton managers don't have to leave. They only leave because someone came from them, because there's not much ambition there. It's just you coach the players, we bring the players in. As long as you stay in the Premier League, we're fine. So your ambition can be as long as you make Champions League, we're fine. So that would be the only worry for me if I was a Chelsea fan. But I'm not sure whether it's something that's you thought about a bit. But yeah, I would definitely be worried about that.
Yeah, it was basically what I was crying about the whole last episode we did, right? It was where I was saying I'm going to start watching rugby, but now I've had a few days to go for it. And I saw that Talib masterclass. I'm chill now. So now I'm just, it's what you said is true, right? It feels like there is always going to be a cap, but like, what can I do? I can't kill myself in it. All I can do is just hope, right? As a fan, as football fans, all we can do is hope. So all I can do is hope is Rosina comes in, and like, it's not the best balanced team, but there is a lot of quality players there. So all I can do is just hope that he can get the best out of the quality players. And if he does play nice, hopefully the owners can give him what he may need if so and when so, like if he needs certain players. So we gotta wait and see, right? You never know. A lot of people had doubts about Maresca, and that went well. So you just never know, right? I'm now in a let's just wait and see position rather than being too judgmental. That stuff takes a toll on your mind, man. You just can't be too negative all the time, you know.
Cool. Do you want to have the last word on this before we move on to like the title race? Discuss Arsenal.
No, yeah, I just think it's like Liam, whoever comes in is they can't really lose. Like then they got an out if it don't go right for them, because they've got inexperienced players that are always going to, well, more times than none, like as in, aren't going to be consistent on a regular basis. But if it does go well for him, then or well enough for him, then at least he's got a foothold in the Premier League now. So yeah, I think it's a no lose situation for him. And yeah, like as in, it does show Chelsea's ambition, but I'm sure the owner doesn't really care about that. As long as he's getting his way, as long as they're getting the players and they're developing the talent, it don't seem like they really care about pushing for the leagues. But also, maybe they don't feel they need to push for the leagues. Maybe they feel like as in get a good enough team that's good enough, because Chelsea got a good enough team to cause anyone a problem on their day. So go for the cup competitions as well. Go for like Champions League when you're in it. Go for the cups along the way. And as long as they have a manager that can get a tune out of them, then
Okay. All right, look, let's move on to the title race. 6 points clear. Chelsea obviously taking a point from City today. Are you feeling? It was 2 points, last week? Within the space of a week, everything's all changes. Now 6 points.
Yeah.
It could have looked different. It could have been different in like the Wolves game. Is it the Wolves?
Where we needed three.
Who did you
We
play?
needed 3 on goals.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'm not sure who did you play after Wolves. You played someone else. You Everton. You beat Everton 1-0, right? Is it 1-0? Brighton. Yeah. So look, it could have been different.
And
but
Villa.
Look,
Villa.
And Villa. But look, you shown like resilience. And I think this is something that me and you was talking about in terms of like, I think a few weeks ago, I can't remember how long, where I think Saeed, we was talking about arguing whether Arsenal can still see it through the line, and we were just basically more or less saying that they shouldn't really feel nervous now, or obviously there will be a level of nerve, but they've been through this quite a few times, so they should have a level of understanding of what to expect or how tough it is going to be to get over the line, which what they have shown really. Even when they made a mistake yesterday, Gabriel, they'll still manage to call it back and beat Bournemouth away from home, and away from home to Bournemouth is not an easy place to go to. And the signs that you're also showing is that a lot of these places where you've dropped points, like the West Ham at home last season or Bournemouth away from home, you've gone there and picked up the 3 points. So those are the difference. I mean, that is making a difference for you guys now. Now you are 6 points clear. So I'll leave it to you, Hakeem. What do you think? Do you think you run away with the title now, or do you still think there might still be some hiccups along the way?
It's the Premier League, bro. This league has taught me never to take it, never to underestimate it, never to take any game for granted. Like even the Wolves game at home, bottom of the league, only 2 points all season, and we needed them to score for us twice. So every team is capable of on their day beating every team. We have to remember that, and also like there was a week ago it was 2 points and now it's 6. Next week it could be 3, and 2 weeks from now it could be 0, no points. Like, so I would love for us to run away with it. I would love for, I think City. Who City got next? They got Brighton, I think.
Yeah, they got Brighton at home.
I would love for them to drop points against Brighton again. I would love for Villa to drop points again and us to win. I think who we got. I can't remember, but
I hope
Liverpool. See, I hope we batter them. Liverpool. I hope we batter them. I pray we not just beat them, batter them. That's what I want. I want to batter them. But yeah, but
you're still sour at free kick, aren't you? That's the best free kick. You're still sour at free kick, can't you?
But bro, because they didn't deserve it. Anyway. So yeah, Nah, this league is unpredictable. At the minute, things are looking well. Things are looking good. The team is looking solid. It's our attack. Our attack is not as sharp as I would like it to be. I'm still hoping that it will click because I've seen signs like against Aston Villa where it wants to click. I'm seeing signs like against Aston Villa where Gyökeres, he's looking like he wants to play with his teammates. He wants to link up with them. That's the word I was looking for. He wants to link up with them. He wants to make runs in behind and in the right channels. And he wants to occupy the centre backs. I'm seeing little signs that the attack wants to improve, but we still heavily rely on our midfield and our defence. If anything, that is the area of the pitch where if we win the league, we will have to get that massive credit. They have just been outstanding for us all season. Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Calafiori. I know he's had shaky games. He's had shaky weeks. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of games as a left back, he's not a left back, and he's bro. This guy, I believe he could play. I believe he could play centre midfield if he wanted to. I think he's that good on the ball. Defensively, he's good as well. I think he's quality. He's just certain games. He's still young. We have to remember that he's only 23, 24. As a defender, that's still young and still new to the league. But our player of the season at the minute, I think, has to be Declan Rice, man. Bro, like that guy, I can't speak highly enough about him. When we were going for Rice and Caicedo, and I said I wanted Rice, I'm grateful. I'm grateful my club made that decision because that was the right decision for us. Caicedo might be right for Chelsea, and I rate him highly as a player, as a midfielder, but I don't think he can chat to Rice, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. Rice gives me Vieira vibes, and I said it before. He can bully a midfield and run a game physically. He's ball playing with Zubimendi, them two together combination. I believe it's elite. It's not pretty like and silky as what City were doing, but it's effective. It's getting us it's getting us where we need to be. I understand. I know. I grew up with the Barcelona of the Xavi and Iniestas. I grew up. I saw Yaya Toure dominate. So I know what pretty football looks like, and I get we're not doing that, but we are effective, and it's working well for us. So long may it continue.
Cool. So it's safe to say that you do think, obviously, you can go ahead and see it over the line, but you just don't know how it's gonna shape up as you near towards the end of the season, right?
Yeah, correct. Like we're solid. We're looking very solid away from home, at home. It's just our attack. That's the only question mark I have on us. Like, will we? Bro, listen. I said it. We have a title-winning defense. We don't have game-winning attacks, and it's those games that where we will draw, where we will fail to take our chances, and now we've lost 1-0. That's my biggest worry. Those are my worries. I need our manager to tweak something. I believe, but I have to give him credit. Since Odegaard has come back, last 3 games, Odegaard is back to the Odegaard that I rated. I believe he's coming back to it. I hope he comes back to it because he will make I believe if he's clicking and playing the way I believe he could be played like 2-3 years ago, if he can show that level and rise to that level, then maybe our attack can, because he's putting through balls in now. He's finally putting through balls in. He wasn't doing this last season.
He's always put through balls in, though.
But Tommy,
not like 1-on-1.
Tommy, he wasn't doing this last season. I'm telling you, this guy wasn't doing this last season. He's doing it now.
Let's park Odegaard to the side for now. In terms of like Declan, that you made a comment there that he's what was the statement? Something I don't want to misquote you. Something that is well above.
Vieira.
No, well above Casado, or is what did you say?
Oh no, I said I think he's better. I think as a midfielder,
You don't think Casado can touch him?
Yeah, bro. No, he can, but he can't, bro. I think head to head, bro. Like, all right, cool. All right, ability wise, Casado's up there. Like, but it's everything else Declan Rice brings with him. Like
the physical,
the intangibles. Yeah, the intangibles, the things that you can't measure. Yeah, the things you can't measure. I don't see with Caicedo, like the discipline, the temperament, the you know, like those things. Those are
where would you put what would you put Declan as a number 6? Is he a number? What is it in your eyes? Number 6 or number 8?
He's a central midfielder. Forget all of this 6, 8. He's a central midfielder. He's a central midfielder.
So
he's essentially he does it.
Is he the best central midfielder? Is he the best in the league?
Okay, now here's where it gets technical, because there are certain things where I believe Declan Rice can improve on. His final ball, in open play, I think he can improve on that. There's sometimes where I've seen where he's tried it and it's not come off, so he can improve on that. His finishing can improve. I know he scored 2 goals yesterday, but his finishing still can improve. But those are things that I think that with time, I'm playing more in this team and with these kind of players, that he can improve those. But like, we all know what his main qualities are with his ball winning, he's tracking back, his physical attributes, he has legs for days, like he can run up and down for days. He's a horse. Like we know those things. I don't see nobody talking to him in world football. Even
the reason why I asked that. The reason why I asked that, before you make that statement, you don't see anyone talking to him in world football. Because I watched Rodri today. I watched Rodri today, and boy was Rodri good today. And everything you say Declan can do, Rodri can do as well. And on top of that, the way Rodri just controlled the game today, it was something else. It's something that I don't think any midfielders in the Premier League can do. And on top of that, he can also do what they're doing as well. And I'm not sure. I was watching him today. I was obviously he ain't seen Rodri for a long time, and we was worried about how he will come back. But what Rodri was doing today, and I think Gary Neville's a joke, bro. It was before
man of the match.
Chelsea scored. He gave he said he was going to give the man of the match to Reinders. Bro, I said, do you not watch Rodri this game?
Rodri, yeah, it's true. Rodri was the better, because Reinders got the goal.
Rodri was the best player on the pitch.
No, yeah.
He was the best player on the pitch.
I think the only thing I'll say about Reinders, his runs in behind, like, he always breaking it. Like,
those are eye-catching.
But at the same time, I wouldn't give him.
I'm talking about the level of control that he took in that game. And then the thing is, like, he was winning it like high up. You're talking about 3 passes, whatever age you needed from him. He just took control of the game, especially in the first half, even in the second half. But it's still, you only just come back from like long-term injury, so you're not really going to expect him to do that for like 90 minutes or so. But I was watching him today, and especially in the first half, thinking, damn, this guy is good. Like, and I'm not sure anyone can really touch him at the moment in the league. And that's just my honest truth. But the only caveat to that is Declan is definitely, for me, the best player in the Premier League this season. That's the only caveat to that. To be honest, I won't say definitely. The reason why it's definite is, to be honest, the best player for me in the league this season is Gabriel. But because Gabriel's missing missed a few games, that's what's put Declan ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so that's if you want to look at Gabriel will be. I think he's the best player in the league this season. Sorry, I think Gabriel is the best player in the league this season. Because he's missed a few games, that's what put Declan for me ahead of Gabriel. But yeah, having said that, I do think Declan is probably one of the best. Like, he is the best player in the league this season. So I do see that. But I don't want to take away what he's done this season and start comparing him to Rodri because he's not as good as Rodri, and that's just the honest truth for me.
I have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
No, Rodri, I do believe he's in a league of his own in terms of midfield. He is a midfielder as well. He like just I'm talking. Like, you could play him in a 6, you could play him in an 8. I believe you could play him in a 10. Like I believe,
and that's why I don't think. When you said that you think Rice is the best in the league, I don't think he is. Rodri's still around. When Rodri leaves, then
I forgot about Rodri. Rodri is the best in the league. Then Rice for me, but take Rodri aside. If you put Rice against any,
based on this season,
I'm talking in the
Rice
world.
has got to be next. Then I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah, bro. I'll put him any go. Let's talk about the midfielders Barcelona have. Let's talk about the midfielders Real Madrid have. Declan Rice, I believe, can chat to all of them.
Who do you think?
Let's talk about the midfielders Bayern Munich have. Declan Rice can chat to all of them, and that's how highly I'm rating this guy. And I didn't rate him that highly before. It's the performances over the last 2 seasons. He has improved in his role. He can get better in certain attributes, most definitely. I'm not denying that. His final ball.
I'm not sure about the world.
Tommy, his final ball has a lot.
The thing is, you know what is with him. The thing is his physical attributes that puts him ahead of a lot of people.
That literally,
in terms of his ball, in terms of his ball playing.
His ball,
he can't touch a lot of them in terms of his ball playing.
Tommy, I say that. I admit it.
So that's why you can't really say he's one of the best in the world in terms of his ball playing. He can't touch a lot of them.
But then, all the other things like the intangibles, like what made Roy Keane one of the best midfielders in the world? When we talk about Roy Keane, we don't talk about his ball playing like we talk about Zidane's ball playing or Edgar David's ball playing.
We'll come back. We'll come back to this another week.
In the same breath.
We'll come back. We'll come back to Declan in another week. I don't think. I think Declan is good, one of the best in the world, but there's a lot of people that can chat to him 100%. I don't think
maybe I'm going overboard with chat to him. Yeah, they can chat to him, but I mean Declan, whatever midfielder any team can bring.
Let's just start with PSG, for example. Fabian Luiz can chat to him.
Who's
the other guy?
No. Okay, let me backtrack.
The Portuguese
guy. Let me backtrack. Tommy, allow me to backtrack. Allow me to backtrack.
What you say? Sorry,
Vitinha.
Vitinha, bro.
Vitinha. Allow me to backtrack. Allow me to backtrack.
Yeah.
Okay, any midfielder that any team in the world they bring, I'm confident I can bring Declan Rice to face them. That's it. Yeah.
I just don't think. I hate with his physicality. Not many. What I would say is not many in the world can match him with his physicality.
Yeah.
And he's same way he can't touch any of these other guys when it comes to playing football. Like I can get Vitinha can start a play from the back all the way to the front. Declan can't do that. He can't piece the ball together like.
He can't.
He can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think Declan's physicality is second to none because the way he gallops open, the guy. I don't know whether he's got an extra battery or I don't know what the hell he's got.
He's got 3 lungs,
but he can't ball like them, though. Like I don't really want to get. And the thing is, I don't want to start this conversation because it will seem as if I'm taking a lot away from Declan Rice. But he can't ball like them, bro. And that's just the honest truth, bro. He can't.
I agree. I admit that. I say that he's final ball. He's passing. Leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not going to deny that. But I feel confident that I can bring him to any midfielder in the world. That's what I say. Yeah.
All right. We'll stop. We won't go past PSG then, because I've now that you've realized what you said, we won't go past PSG. We'll move on. We're gonna go another club as well, but yeah, no, look, we veer up. I just wanted to I do want to give Declan his flowers because I do think he's the best player in the league this season, outside of Gabriel. Hopefully, when Gabriel gets more game, I do think Gabriel if you win the league and Gabriel continues to play like this, I reckon he gets PFA Player of the Season or Player of the Season for me personally. Is the only, and it just, for someone to miss that amount of games to still be in conversation just shows how significant he's been to your team this season as well, offensively and defensively. So that's how crazy it is.
Rice was out their team.
To think that he was,
Rice was
to think that you were just,
go on.
What you say? Sorry, Abib?
I say Rice was out the team, and they still won 4-0. When Gabriel was out, even though Arsenal were winning, I feel like that's when they started looking shaky. So I feel like he's the irremovable object in that team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's so funny that how your players used to rubbish. I mean, your fans used to rubbish him like a couple seasons ago, and making it seem as if that Saliba is the guy. Now all of a sudden, we don't even really.
A lot. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Arsenal fans, they're go scoring. I don't know. They can't see. You need to slap it in their face for them to see it.
Cool. What about Abib and Saeed? What do you think about the title race? Do you think Arsenal runs away with it, or do you think there's still something to play for there?
Go for it, Saeed.
What I would love to see in the title race is what we talked about. Arsenal being 10 points in front at January of Aston Villa, let's say. I still think it's still going to come down to it's not going to be close. It's going to be a lot closer than we think it's going to be. We know Man City can string results together, even though their team don't look like it this season, but they can string a good few results together. And I do feel like Arsenal can drop points like as in. So I think it'll be a lot closer. But I do want to see like as in Arsenal having a little gap, and then the rest of the pack chasing them down and see how they handle that.
I would love it.
I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned because I don't think, even if Arsenal do go on a little blip, I don't trust any team to really capitalize and take advantage of that. Like Man City, even though they dominated us in the first half, and obviously Rodri did his thing, I still didn't look at them and think they were that great against us, if I'm being brutally honest. And to make matters worse, they're getting a lot of injuries now as well. I think Guardiola was out. Guardiola got injured. Diaz got injured. And in Guardiola's press conference, he said it looks kind of serious as well. So you add that, even if Arsenal were to drop a few points, I still don't think anyone's going to go ahead and regain those points and then keep on getting more points than Arsenal after that. Yeah. So it's more from the lack of competition that I think Arsenal probably. I mean, don't get me wrong, Arsenal are still doing well. Like you're winning, you're on a mad winning run. So like kudos to you. But the reason why I do think you'll run away with it is just because also there's not really that much competition to match the great form you're on as well. So I think it's definitely Arsenal's to lose, unfortunately.
Yeah. It don't really matter, man. If you win the league, you win the league, bro. If the other team can't catch up, it's entirely up to them. They can't catch up. Same thing people said with Liverpool last season. They're not doing too well, but the other teams can't catch up. It's up to the other team, really. It's entirely up to them.
I'm not downplaying Arsenal's win. I'm not downplaying that at all. I'm just saying, do I think they're going to win it? That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah.
No, they deserve credit. They win.
But look, what we do, we're gonna do a second video with our half team of the season. We give players awards out, and we can do our prediction halfway through the season, and then we can all revisit it again at the end of the season to see whether we all get it right or wrong. We can do that in the next video. All right, cool. Let's just do a quick roundup of this weekend's game. Is there anything else before we do a roundup that we haven't touched on? You guys want to touch on?
Tottenham again.
I want to get to the roundup.
I'll have to quickly speak on Tottenham.
All right, we'll get to them as part of the roundup. We'll start with Villa and Forest. No, I think Forest are in real danger. We spoke about this on Friday when we went out. They have to pick their poison. You're not going to think you're going to still compete in Europa League and trying to fight relegation. It's not on, bro. Things are not on. You have to decide. It's either they decide to just start forfeiting the matches now in Europa League, or cut your loss, knowing that you might very likelihood get relegated if you decide to compete in both competition week in, week out. You still got FA Cup games. You don't know how far you're going to get in the FA Cup competition, and I don't think they just have the squad for it, to be honest with you. So they might be in trouble now in the first, and I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. If they go down, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Hey, there'll be a scramble for Elliot, bro. There'll be a big scramble for Elliot.
Can I ask though, if you think Forest need to pick their poison, do you also think Aston Villa need to pick their poison as well if they want to seriously challenge for the league?
Nah, their poison. They should just. They're not winning the league. It's between Arsenal and City. Let's be real, man. Like Ollie Watkins is gonna do Ollie Watkins things. I've said it. I've said it for the last three, 4. No team can win the league with Ollie Watkins as a striker. Like you would need more than him. I'm not being disrespectful to him. I think he's a good player. He's just a good Premier League player. He's not that top. Like I believe the same thing about Kai Havertz. We can't win the league with just Kai Havertz as our striker. Like they're on the same level. Like
Can you win the league with Joker as a striker?
Bro, it's him, Jesus. It's more now. It's more, and Kai Havertz is coming back. So you see what I'm saying? It's more. Is it like when Kai Havertz was the main striker, it's peak.
Oh, okay,
it's peak. And then you don't, and then Saka's playing every. But anyway, enough of that. But like, I think Villa just concentrate on Europa League and try to get Champions League. That's their priority. For me, that should be their priority.
I'm with a king with that. It's not so much because of Ollie Watkins. I don't really care about the Ollie Watkins stuff, but they're just not equipped for it.
Yeah,
they're not equipped for it. And if you watch, if you watch the game in details, and I think we were talking about this last week, I was so confident Arsenal was going to beat them, because if you watch a lot of their games, they got away with a lot of their games. Like, and that's just the honest truth, that like they give away a lot of chances. And I keep saying this, and I said it, like that you're not gonna. Like they got away with it. United, they got away with it against us. They got away with against Chelsea. They got away with against Wolves. There's so many other games I can go. They beat Brighton, when they went on their run. It weren't like a clean run, and I understand that. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but they conceded a lot of chance. Like I think they stay compact a lot in terms of like they pack the middle of the park. They don't have much width. They rely on like the fullbacks a lot to get forward, and then if you pack up the middle of the park, which United, which Chelsea did, which Arsenal did, they struggled. You get what I'm saying? Like if you say, like they're gonna struggle, because and then what tends to happen is, especially when you apply pressure from the back as well, when you're playing with Lindelof and Konsa, all you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure Konsa don't get the ball. Let Lindelof get the ball, and then you press straight away. Lindelof's gonna panic. See what I mean? So that there is a lot of that holes there. So they're not just equipped. Not that they've got great managers that are doing great with like the team that is at his disposal. That's all it is. But I just don't think, if I was them, I'm trying to make top 4 and win the Europa League. I wouldn't be thinking about. They'll be making a huge mistake to be thinking about the title. Nothing's impossible for me. I'll be honest. Nothing's impossible. But
I agree.
I've said it, but you shouldn't just focus on top 4, and they've got the advantage now. What's even good for them, that you're now a few points ahead of like the Liverpools, the United, Chelsea, that take advantage of that cushion when you go back into Europa League, because what's going to happen is some of those teams are now going to play on the Saturday, and they're going to start trying to close the gap, and you might want to feel the different side on a Sunday from the Europa League. They might not be able to play both games if they are going to compete to the end of the Europa League. So they need to understand that it's not going to be easy. So I don't think they should worry about them picking the points and just focus on the Europa League.
Focus on the Europa League. Yeah.
For me. Who else is there? Then we got Brighton and Burnley. I think we all can agree that Burnley, where everyone should be saying they're good, but Burnley should be saying their goodbyes. They probably did a tour around like the league now. every away ground they go to, get some memorabilia. Every away ground, you want to see it for a while.
The one thing I'll say is, when Wolves got that point against United, all of a sudden now they look like a whole different team and they're beating West Ham and that. So if Man United springboarded Wolves this season, maybe Burnley can springboard their season against Man United as well. So you never know. You never know.
You never know though. If anyone loves giving gifts, it's United. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you there.
I hope
not.
Don't forget, Abib, you springboarded these guys and didn't they take batter you, and they've gone a little one too. So they're not the only one giving out free gifts. Don't worry about that.
Listen, I'm just trying to give Burnley fans some hope in, and that's all. I wasn't trying to diss United, honestly. Never do that.
Well, Wolves still got a long way to go. 6 points. They got Forest is 12 points away from them, so they've won one game in 20. So that's a long way to go.
I saw on Twitter after Wolves beat West Ham, I saw a Man United fan tweet, "Oh, we got 1 point against this Wolves super team." I was dying.
You know what player I do like in Wolves? The young boy, what's his name? Mane.
Oh, that was a good goal. I saw that.
Yeah, I do like him.
West Ham are in trouble though. They're in trouble.
Yeah. Bro. So what's it?
Let me get to that's you know what? To be honest, that's the next game. Wolves beating West Ham. Look, I'm here for it. I'll be honest with you. I'm here for West Ham to go down as well. I'm here for it because what they did to Moyes. Yeah, like I think we can take on Bowen if Bowen needs a new home as well. I don't mind it. If they go down, they can give him a new home. But I'm here for it, man. Like this, you got to be careful what you wish for sometimes. And when we was talking, once again, I'll bring it back to when we was talking about Eddie Howe being under pressure.
Yeah.
When West Ham wanted to get rid of David Moyes, this is kind of things that happen. Like you're comfortably making European football. You weren't fighting relegation. You're competing for European. You got to like semi-final of the Europa League. You won the Conference League. What more do you want? Like honestly, what more do you want? And then what? You're looking for better football. Look where you are now.
Where you are now.
So, well, apparently, like they're lining up Slaven Village now at the moment.
That's nice.
Again.
Yeah, bro. They're not gonna die easy, boy.
But didn't they chase him out before?
Bro,
we look at Chelsea and United for being bad run clubs, but I think West Ham must be up there with us.
Yeah. From everything from the stadium move to the owners to
I don't know
even if you think about that situation, what they did to Moyes was just unacceptable, and I don't agree with it because if you think about it, they brought him back one time, he kept them up, and then
got rid of him.
Let him go. Then they got in trouble again. Then they called him back. He kept them up, stabilized the club again. Then this time around,
they did that. They did that.
You start taking to European football. You got semi-final. You won the thingy. And then you now have the audacity to say that, oh, we want to play better football. Where's your better football now?
They can play better football in the Championship. It's all right.
The audacity. You got to be careful what you wish for, man. You honestly got to do what, bro? That's it. And then Everton beat Brentford today. Brentford beat Everton today. I didn't like not that I didn't see it coming. I just didn't see 4 goals away
see
from
Brentford.
home. Like that's a lot.
You see Brentford in the table.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Funny enough, it's the fact that Brentford manager's inexperience is what gives me a bit of hope for Liam Rosenior. But jokes aside, they're doing their thing. I think they're only 1 point behind all of us in 5th, behind Liverpool in 5th.
Yeah, I remember like at the beginning of the season when a lot of people was talking about them for relegation, and I said no, because it's not because they lost the players, and it's just because of how we're talking about how club being well run. Brentford is a club that gets as well run. Brighton, these clubs are well run. Like, please know that they're not going to make a decision to jeopardize the club. If they're letting a player go, it's because they're ready to let the player go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to like let a player go and in order to jeopardize their position in the league. That these clubs
or they have a plan B.
Yeah,
exactly. Or they have the plan B. Like, and I saw something today on Instagram in terms of like the amount of good strikers that they've let go, like goal scoring strikers, and they still survived. They started from Mope when it was in Championship. And then Mope was scoring 20 plus goals for them. Then he went into like the Premier League. Then Ollie Watkins came in. Ollie Watkins was scoring goals. Then Mbemo came in. I mean, then about Ivan Toney from bear in mind Ivan Toney from Peterborough in League One.
Yeah.
And
then Ivan Toney came in.
That's the one that always gets me because he was in.
I'm saying
one.
Then when Ivan Toney came in, even when then it had Wisa, then it had Mbemo that was still scoring goals. See what I'm saying? And I think don't forget Thiago was good last season, but Thiago just was injured. So they must have still had confidence. So and he's got 14 goals this season already. So these are well-run clubs. Like so I'm not really surprised. I'm surprised where they are on the table, but I didn't think they'll get relegated. Like, cause I didn't think they're gonna be. I think they're like a point away from us or something. I think where they're now, Brentford are 7th. Yeah, they're a point behind us, 7th. So they're a point away from 5th place.
Even though it doesn't surprise you, you still got to give them all the credit in the world. To lose the manager that you've had for that many years, and to lose your 2 best players, and to be 1 point from 5th or 4th place, they deserve all the credit in the world. I can't lie.
100% they do. I agree. And then Liverpool drew 2-2 to Fulham. You know what's so funny about that game? Because I left the game at 1-1. I went to go eat up some food. I think 91st, 92nd minute. I thought, all right, this game is probably going to finish 1-1.
No.
Came back upstairs, saw 2-2. I was like, what the hell was that going on? Like, I couldn't believe it. But what a goal by Harrison Reed, though.
That live experience was crazy because obviously Gakpo scores. We're just thinking whatever. Like, you're watching it in the corner of your eye, like just thinking like just whatever. And I just see the corner of my eye. I just see the shot just traveling, and it just hit that top corner. The way I screamed, I swear, I can't remember I've seen a goal that good, like just live watching. Obviously, you see replays of goals, but to just watch it, the way it's just like you could just see it arrowing in the corner like there was a magnet. No, that was even he couldn't believe he scored it himself.
Cool. Okay, Newcastle, the under pressure Eddie Howe beat Palace 2-0 at home. What are we saying, Saeed? Is he still under pressure?
Don't twist it. My words were he should be questioned. And I was like,
he should be questioned. Well, question under pressure, whatever it is.
I'm not telling. Once again, but you're going to get this Newcastle as well, though, isn't it? Like, we've had quite a few games in the last couple. Europe's coming back soon, so we'll see what they do when Europe comes back. Like as in, it was a tidy performance from today. Didn't really watch the game, just saw the goals. It's good. Like, they're at home, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, they're at home.
Yeah.
Cool.
Palace.
All right, and then came out. What are you going to?
Palace are dropping.
What are you going to say? You were going to say something.
Yes, same as Hakeem. Yeah, Palace are getting it. They just keep losing. You know it's bad when you lose to Tottenham.
But this is expected, though. And I think this is what the manager was worried about, though. Like these players are overburdened, they're overworked. They've been playing. Look at the amount of games they've played, and he doesn't really. They ain't got big squads. They lost players to African Nations Cup.
Yeah.
If you're going to play European football, you have to understand you can't. They hardly did any business in the summer, and the business that they did was late on. What are you playing at? Like you spent majority of the summer trying to fight UEFA to get back into the Europa League. Rather than signing players. Imagine you actually in Europa League, like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
But I guess like that might have been a factor. Like if they got to Europe, they might have spent. But who knows? Yeah.
Bro, they're in European football. They should have just spent money regardless. They shouldn't just
When was the
waste
last
the time.
exactly? When was the last time Palace were European football?
Yeah,
and that's the thing with these clubs. They want all the glitz and glory, but when it comes to it, you have to invest and back. And I think the manager said it like, who makes it into European football and don't invest? Or who makes it into European football, spend less than they brought in.
Yeah,
like who does that?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Those were his words, isn't it?
Who makes it into European and you spend less than you brought? It's not as if that you didn't get money. You lost one of your best players. You got good money in. So yeah, that's me. Look, the last one, Akeem, I'll let you have your fun. Spurs.
My fun. It's not fun. It's just it's just Tottenham being Tottenham. But they still need to give Thomas Frank. They need to give Thomas Frank time. He's a good manager, man. He proved it last year. He proved it the year before. He's a good manager, man. Give Thomas Frank time. Give him investment. You got rid of Daniel Levy now. So, whoever comes in, he can, maybe work alongside Thomas Frank, get you one or two players. But that team's looking, they're looking rubbish. I can't lie. Bro, they can't string passes together, bro.
And that's the thing. It's not like so much. I don't know whether you blame the team or you blame the manager, but
bro,
just how they play.
Bro. They need new players. Throw that whole team in the bin and give Frank 200 million. Let him buy players, bro. Brother. Nah, I don't rate none of them.
But players turn them down though. A lot of players apparently they were the first to approach Semenyo, and Semenyo said no. Apparently,
Semenyo's got sense. Money. He's got sense and he's got ambition. Now, when you have ambition, you don't go to Tottenham. If you want to just play football and get your name out there, then you go to Tottenham. So they got there's plenty of players that want to use Tottenham as a stepping stone, and that's what they are, a stepping stone club.
Bruh, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think that's the last game. Is there anything else you want to touch on, boys, before we jump off?
I think we covered everything on my end, anyway.
Hey, you're smiling. This now disappearing.
Listen, I've been crying for 20 years. Let me smile for one. Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair. If anyone suffered, it is Arsenal. So I guess we'll let them have one.
Wow. I don't care, bro. You don't need to continue to suffer, bro. I don't even give a damn.
Spoken like a true football fan. I like it. Yes.
But to be honest, like I'm coming into the acceptance that
me too.
I'm gonna leave the country for 2 weeks or so.
You need to, Tommy. Block me. Block me. You too, Saeed. I'll get your number. Don't worry. I'll get your number so you can block me.
No, but hopefully we get a bit of peace during the World Cup. We'll see, man. But yeah, it's gonna be we'll talk about it next week, man. It's FA Cup next week, so you know what? I know we were gonna do a video midweek, but because it's FA Cup next week, we can actually do our half-season team next week instead. So we don't need to talk about FA Cup. So we can just do our half-season. So I just noticed because it's FA Cup. But we'll see what happens midweek. We'll do our half-season reward. So start thinking about it. We're going to do a 4-3-3 formation.
4-3-3,
The best players in each position. Think about it. There's 4 of us, so if we can't decide on one, I think I should have the power vote. So we'll see. And then we're going to do awards as well. Who you think is the best player so far? And young player, the most surprising player, and all sorts. So I mean, do like prediction in terms of like.
I already know who I want to
top 6
nominate for young player, but next week we'll do that next week.
Next week we'll do all of that.
Yeah.
Do all that. All right. Thanks, people. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification to know whenever we upload on YouTube. And comment, man. We need a lot more comments. Let us get your thoughts on like the season so far and whether you think Arsenal's going to run away with it. Let us get your thoughts on the Amorim situation and like the Chelsea situation with Maresca. Actually, a question for Man United fans: would you take Maresca right now? Quick, yes or no, Saeed? Would you take Maresca right now?
I'll take him.
Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, because I'll take him right now.
Yes or no, Man United fan? Would you take Tyler McFarlane right now? Yes or no? He's got property right now. So
we'll come back to you 5 games after Liam gets there. We'll come back to you. Yeah?
I'm enjoying
my just be careful because last time you was having fun like this was against Akeem when you drew 1-1.
They won.
You knew what happened.
Exactly. So if I didn't have my fun then, when would I? You know what I mean? So you got to you got to enjoy it when you can, man. Football is gonna slap you in the slap in the face around the corner.
Fair enough. We'll be back anyway. By the time we're back, you never know. Amorim could be out of the job. Who knows, innit? But we'll discuss next week, man. All right, boys. Speak to you later. Peace.
Peace out.